And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a game called Sparkle Kitty. Sparkle Kitty is not the first choice of games that I would probably pull off based on the name, but for my kids, definitely so, or at least my younger set of kids. And so Sparkle Kitty, definitely I'm going to be reviewing this from a kid perspective. This is a game that has some similarities to Uno. Uno is a game I'm not a big fan of. Not a big fan of sparkles or kitties or princesses, but hey, let's find out what my kids think. At the beginning of the game, you'll pick a princess from the pile of princesses here. Doesn't matter which one you pick, so I'll pick Princess Violet, since I have a daughter named Violet, and put her at the top. Here I have a tower. You're going to place four. You're going to get a hand of 9 cards. You're going to put 4 of them down like this to build a tower here in front of you. The other 5 cards will go into your hand. The back of the card doesn't really matter. It shows you what color the card is, but more importantly, you'll take some of the cards out, the green cards out, if you're playing with fewer than 5 players. So you'll have a draw pile or 2 draw piles, and on your turn you have a few options that you can do. One of them is you can play a card into the spell book. So when you play a card, you need to match a symbol or color. So the first one here is I match the symbol. So chicken book. I'm going to now say it, chicken book. You can say it backwards too, book chicken. Maybe on my next turn I'll play this here, chicken spooky, or spooky chicken. I can also match the color, so I could say chicken fairy. Maybe later on I'll play this one, glitter fairy. Now the only card I have left in my hand is bunny, and it matches here. If you play all the cards in your hand, then you'll take one of the cards from your tower into your hand and then draw back up to 5. If for some reason at any point you cannot play a card, then you simply draw a card and end your turn. Also, there are dark magic cards. When you play this, you'll play it in front of you, and you cause someone else to take a tower piece and add it to their tower. So, but for the rest of the game, you have to say this word, amazing chicken bunny. And so maybe later on, I'll put this here, amazing huggy bunny. If you play another dark magic card, same thing, you just put it on top, unless you're playing a variant, and then you have to say them all. Mega amazing huggy bunny. By the way, if you don't say the spell that you put down and all the words of any dark magic cards you played, then you're forced to draw a card. Now, the goal of the game is to match cards, like I just showed you, and sometimes you can double a card. So let's say, for example, someone played Daisy, then I can play the exact same card on top of it, and I say double double, which lets me take a card from my tower into my hand. So it's one way to get cards in your hand. And there's also cards that say Sparkle and Kitty. Now these only match on specific color, but if for some reason the top card here is Jiggle, I can play Kitty on top of that and pull a card into my hand. There's also super special cards that count as all the colors. When you play these, you can make someone else draw up to 5. You can, if this is the last card from your hand you play, you get to pull up 2 cards from the tower in your hand, and this lets you play as many cards as you want to on your turn. As soon as someone gets rid of all the tower cards in their tower, they win. Or if the draw pile runs out, whoever has the smallest tower is the winner of the game. The artwork for the game is really well done. They did a good job at having a very different mix of princess totally. And then you have a bunch of words here. These are pretty easy to see the symbols, and they're words that people will have fun putting them together, or kids will have fun putting them together. The card quality is fine. There's a puzzle piece board here that's starting to get a little beat up from being pulled apart. And then the only problem I have with this game is this box. I really don't like how the box has a lid. I mean, it looks cool to see the kitten on here, but I'm not a big fan of sticking games in a box like that. And then this big fold-out sheet of rules. I'm sure kids like this. It's nice and easy to see, but I'd prefer a nice little booklet myself. But honestly, the components are fine, especially for kids. Well, simple enough. It really is kind of like Uno. You're matching colors or words or symbols instead of numbers. But there's this silliness behind saying the words. And, honestly, I don't get necessarily the humor of saying baby bunny or little twinkle or spooky fairy or glitter bear or cutie kitty or pony cupcake. But my kids thought that was hilarious. I thought it would get boring 5 minutes in. I am correct. However, my kids like it. And I am here to tell you, on pain of death, that my children thought this was a really fun game, and they really did. The black magic lets you hurt someone else by adding a tower to theirs, but at the same time makes you say an extra word. And we always play with the variant that you had to say every single black magic card in case you got a lot of them, because that's pretty funny. The game system works pretty well too. In Uno, the first person to lay down their last card wins. Here you lay down your last card, you pick a tower card in your hand, and you keep going. If you pull off some cool cards like a double, or if you play a double on top of a double, I haven't seen it happen yet, but it can. You can pick up 2 cards in your hand, and it works well. The game is not a very long length of game, 15-20 minutes, and if you have kids who like to say silly words, and with younger kids matching colors and symbols, this works for that too. So really, this product is exactly what it's designed. It's for kids, it's bright, it's colorful, it's funny, it's silly, it's something easier, it's better than Uno, and it works really well. And what can I say against that, except for devastation, spooky otter, explosion, riot baby, little vortex. Sounds like I just summoned something. Dice Tower Judgment, kid approved.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching the Dice Tower.